I got the chance to get flown to LA. I got to do behind the scenes photo shoot with Cheech and Chong all day. I got to do live footage on Instagram and Facebook and some Discord. And those items that were there
Say that less
that day.
casually, please. Wow.
I know it's unbelievable, but at the same time, like the mission is to bring the content to the holders, right? So it's not
Amazing.
about me.
I
It's
love
not
it.
about me interacting. It's about me trying to create as many aspects and avenues of what I see and then save it and then recreate content and share it later. So it's interesting, it's fun, and it's a lot of work, like Pablo is saying. Like then you get into the analytics of it, right? And then, oh, let's not forget the Twitter drama that happens quite often now. I can't decide, is it Twitter
One of the
drama today
one of the
or
few
meta
channels
drama?
I stay away from completely on Twitter. I mean I have it, but
It's one of those things where you just brush it off, right? Because there's like the audience that we have that we interact with. There's the people that we know are there paying attention, especially right now because we're doing so many giveaways from that photo shoot that like all this drama and all the stuff that's happening, I brush it off. I don't think about it because I know that the attention we have is in Discord. The attention we have is interacting with us for the giveaways, and those are the people that count right now because those are the people that are actively looking for content and they're finding our content and they're staying engaged. So I don't know. I don't take the drama too seriously. I just, like I say, I brush it off and I continue to scroll. I have not exceeded my scrolling limits. So there's that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, but you have to stay on your toes too because you want to make sure that people are being treated fairly. You want to make sure that people are being treated, number one, in a kind manner, right? Because stoners can be mean. I'm just saying there are times
humans can be
where,
mean.
yes.
Listen, just because you're a stoner, listen, I one of the big messages on this show, we talk about it time and time again. Before you type out those 140 or whatever it is, 220 characters, just think about it once. Do you really have to do that? Maybe. I really think if people would just think about like, but you're right. And yeah, it's a tough thing to do to be involved in such a wide social network in a space like Twitter and to kind of like be on the lookout for that sort of stuff because unfortunately it's just kind of everywhere.
And to brush off the negativity because it goes through phases, and then you have the trolls that are out there doing what they do. I never understood the internet trolling life until I got into
Either.
NFTs. It exists. There are people out there that wake up every day that want to give you a hard time on the internet. For what reason, I have no idea. That seems like too much time and attention to be spent in negative world. But we try to create positivity and we try to make sure that at the end of the day, it's My Homies in Dreamland by Cheech and Chong, the NFT, right? It's our games, it's our community. Any point of the week, you can hop into the Discord and there's something going on. I know Scribble is a game that Pablo hosts that a lot of people are now getting really excited about. It's really fun. There's a lot of inside jokes that come from these online games. And I never thought I would be involved in an online community, to be honest. But now that I'm like engulfed in it, I love it. It's a lot of fun. And I know like you find yourself making connections with people that you've never even met. And when you get to meet those people in real life, like going to some of the conventions and even like Pablo, we didn't meet each other for probably 3, 4 months before we got to actually meet each other in real life. And now we see each other. We've been able to see each other every like 4 to 6 months now. So it's been pretty cool. And then hosting the Zoom meetings and doing everything via the internet, Web3 and Discord and Twitter. It's a whole new world, but it's so much fun. And I encourage anybody out there that's wanting to look for a community, even if they, aren't tech savvy, like Discord, you don't really need much, but to just, be able to type in Gen Chat. And you can do that from a phone.
Absolutely. And you know what? If I could say so myself, the community, secondhand talent, certified cool. Really just, always activity, like you said. There's always, there's people around, there's things to do, there's scheduled events. You can save them to your calendar. It's wild. Like it's like a I was surprised when I joined that it was that every time I come in, someone's there, and it's like genuinely like a community, and it was refreshing. Actually, it was very refreshing, and I appreciate the way that you all moderate up. You all moderate it, because you didn't, you said it, but I know it's a big job. There's over 8,000 people right now in the Discord community, and that's a lot
Yeah.
to be a moderator of.
Yeah, and so I've been, since the Discord was open to the public, and Cheech and Chong fans, they come in a wide variety. So coming from the cannabis industry, I know that people literally buy their marijuana for children that have some some incredibly bad diseases, and even 90 year olds, okay, talking about male, female, everything in between, all colors. So it's the same, I can imagine, for Cheech and Chong fans, because they're fans of the plant, fans of what Cheech and Chong stand for. Inclusivity is one of them, and that's a big part of what we do. So as representatives of the project, we're also representatives of Cheech and Chong. So that's something that we definitely keep in mind whenever we're at public events as well, like conferences and things like that. And we just are always wanting to make sure that everybody can feel included in one way, shape, or form. That's why we have so many different things available, opportunities for the community.
And that and it really just all circles back to why I enjoy the community so much. And Lauren, you were talking about the opportunity to meet other people, and I would include having this interview and getting to have a discussion about this with you two wonderful people. Is I mean, this is, I didn't think, I thank you so much. Like so this conversation has been incredible. So for our viewers or listeners out there who aren't familiar with NFTs, with NFT technology, how would you describe it to the layperson?
It's a non-fungible token. Nah.
Yeah.
So basically, non-fungible means that it's unique and can't be replaced for something else. If I give you a $20 bill and you give me two tens, it's the same thing. I can't give you an NFT of Chong and you give me something back that's fungible. So it's non-fungible. It's not the same thing. It can be anything. It can be digital art. It can be physical art attached to an NFC tag, which hooks you into the NFT. What it boils down to is it's a digital representation of a piece of artwork that is verifiable on the blockchain, so that no one can say that they have a copy of that. The blockchain makes sure of that by creating a ledger, is what the blockchain is, broken up amongst a bunch of different computers, so that not just one person can manipulate the data.
And just to further baseline, the blockchain is where cryptocurrency lives. And all of the Homies in Dreamland NFTs are on the Ethereum blockchain.
Be correct. And the airdropped posters from the artist are generally on the Polygon blockchain.
Yeah, thank you. So there, most people know Bitcoin and Ethereum. Within the Ethereum blockchain, or based off of the Ethereum blockchain, rather, there are several others: Polygon, Optimism, etc. But that's not what we're here to talk about. But Based on your hat, I got a question. To hodl or not to hodl?
Hodl, you know,
Oh,
hodl. There's a lot of opportunities for owning a homie, not just for merch, the airdrop art, token gated merchandise that only holders can achieve, IRL experiences which only you can attend, metaverse, the Discord we spoke about, the Twitter. Hollow Labs is something that is just new recently coming out, available for holders. Those are face filters for any camera based app.
Is
And
that
then
what
within the
is that what
collection,
Lauren's got going on right now?
absolutely, it's working
Okay,
great.
I need to hear
And
more
then
about that.
within the
Lauren,
collection, we even have broken up. There's kinky koalas, which actually hold their own specific utility aside from everything else that is also included.
huh? Yeah, that was succinct. Lauren, as a collector, to hodl or not to hodl? Now this is I'm and I want to make this one a little more specific, real quick. Now mentioned that you came from the Carrie community, from JR's art. Um, as a fan of his as well, as a fan of Luke Chu's, I have NFTs of both of their artworks. How do you decide to hodl or not to hodl?
first of all, I say hodl. How do I decide to hodl? Because I never get rid of anything. It's terrible. I have a whole poster like collecting case that's got drawers full of posters. I've got vinyl toys. I've got enamel pins. I've got so much stuff. I hodl. To hodl, I say to hodl because each one is unique to its own. It has its own number that's connected to you. So in the future, if you ever wanted to be your own individual person with a Jermaine Rogers, Cheech and Chong NFT, you can, and you'll be the only owner of it because it's in your wallet, and you can have a profile picture like mine that moves and interacts. And so I say to hodl.
Which, by the
Not
way,
only that,
I need one of those. Like,
also like because we know as collectors, the sooner you get it, the longer you hold on to it. Sometimes that could be the value that's created by it. We don't always know what creates the value. Right now, it seems to be in the NFT world, it's marketplaces like, OpenSea and Blur. In the physical and real life collecting world, it's places like eBay, right? So we don't
well,
really know what's going to give you the value, but I think the value personally for me is in hodling and being part of our community.
I was gonna say, when you're talking about investment, because it's also an investment in yourself, right? When you buy a piece of art, it's because it means something to you. And I mean, I'm looking at your NFTs, and everyone is different, and you picked yours for a reason. We're having this interview, and you guys have those ones on your screens for a reason. My favorite munchie is my favorite munchie for reasons. I love the background, I love the accessory, I love the different traits it has. Like, it's my favorite, and it's my collection. And personally, I say hodl as well, but my reasoning is more so because if I don't like it, I don't buy it, because what's the point?
Oh,
Like
100%. Do
I
you know how many Jermaine Rogers passengers I own? Just that one, like,
oh
because it's
wow,
from,
yeah, the blue
yeah.
one, weren't like the pink and blue ones like editions of 7 or something like
Oh
that.
my gosh. I have minis that came from 2013.
Oh,
I got so many of those. Like it's the same image. It's just smaller, larger, bigger, printed in 2013, printed now.
we'll
I mean,
chat
it's the same
later about
image, but
this.
that's what a collector does. We collect things that we like, even if it's the same image repeated over and over again.
Oh, trust me,
One
I know.
day, yes, we'll have it doodled, but yep.
I don't know if you've ever gone down the Mark Spooster rabbit hole, but Monolith Press prints his stuff, and they have I was able to fill like a twin size mattress with just the different shades of blue that they use for paper stock. So it's wild. But yeah, Lady Lazarus uses some incredible paper stocks for Jermaine's prints. Um, yeah, yeah, absolutely. And as you were saying that, I was looking up at a few of that I've got hanging, and I was like, yep, this is good stuff. Um, and I wish I could spin the camera around, but yeah, same way. I've toys, records, you know, and every single piece means something to me, to us, my wife and I mean, it's everything has a memory, everything has a place, and it was all gotten for a reason. And if something happens, it goes. Actually, if it wasn't attached, let me see if I can turn the camera real quick. Hold on one sec.
That's what's cool about NFTs. So they're always there. They're never going to go away. So, I really appreciate the digital copy of a physical item at this point. So I started out, like probably a lot of people collecting rocks. And then I went to pencils, like unsharpened pencils
There's a
with
couple of
tops or
rocks I've
cool
got.
sides and colors to them. So I think that as a collector, I think that we attach, feelings or a memory to these items, and that's where they become so valuable to us and to others as they can attach the same type of feelings to and share them together. Is what's
Fully agreed.
excellent about the communities too for collecting.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like we carry, like we've been talking about. It's just an incredible community. I mean, like, you know the regulars, everybody's kind, and when they're not kind, the general consensus is be kind. I remember at the very end of Fare Thee Well, it was Mickey Hart's last two words before they left the stage. Be kind. And it so before we run out of time here for this interview, the final question that I would pose to each of you is, what would your message be to the public that are aware of NFTs, or even already holders of homies, about what this project, two things. What what does the project stand for, and where is the project going? And feel free, either of you, to go first.
Go ahead,
I'll
Lauren.
go.
Or y'all can
Okay.
take a sec. If you need a sec, take a sec.
Um, it's really about a community, right? A community of like-minded individuals who are looking for a place to go, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Discord. It's really a community that's bringing together stoners, artists, NFT enthusiasts, people who are looking to know what an NFT is, maybe people that are just looking into digital art, people who are interested in getting online and seeing what online communities really are about. The community, when you pick a profile picture, if you choose to pick a profile picture and buy an NFT, you get to pick one that you like based off of traits. And you can pick those traits depending on, what you like as an individual. We have shirts that say Black Lives Matter. We have our caps that say that on one of our traits. We have Stop Asian Hate as one of our traits on our shirts. We have the pink women's rights hat. We have so many different character traits in our collection that really can bring a lot of different people into the community. And also Jermaine Rogers, he is the illustrator who thought of these traits, who thought of these different character identities to bring a community together. And there's 10,420 of them. And then not only that, we have the legendary icons, Cheech and Chong, who have been they've been at the front, like fighting grounds for cannabis, right? They've paved the way for so many people to be in entertainment industry consuming cannabis. I think it's a great community. So I think our project really does stand for community. It really stands for positivity and a calm atmosphere. We want to stay calm. We don't want there to be negativity or anger. And if there is some kinds of disruptions, we come together as a team and we handle it together as a team, and we collectively just look towards the community. And that's what it is about. I think that's what being a My Homie is about.
I'm gonna rehash a lot of the stuff that Lauren said. But first, I'm gonna start off with like our motto. It's calm, uh, community, art, legacy, and mindfulness. That's what it's about. So you've probably heard us say community about 200 250 times in this interview, but it really is what it's about. Why do you get into the My Homies community? It's to be a part of the group. Cheech and Chong stand for a lot of more things than just marijuana, but that's one of the main things that everyone thinks of right when they hear Cheech and Chong. So number one, do you are you into that culture? If you are, drop in the My Homies Discord. If you're a fan of Tommy and Cheech comedy, jump in the Discord. If you're a fan of Jermaine Rogers, NFTs, airdrops, artwork, that's where you should be. And as far as the future of the project, the future of the project, this is to immortalize Cheech and Chong and what they stand for. So everything that they stand for and them will continue forward forever. The blockchain is immutable as well and will outlast many of us. So the project will continue to go forward, stretching the limits of what's possible, just like Cheech and Chong have done through their career.
I'll just say I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, those were wonderful answers, and I think that's a phenomenal way to capstone this interview. Lauren, Uncle Pablo, thank you so much for joining us, representatives and managers and all things Maven and wonderful about the Cheech and Chong NFT Discord, art by Jermaine Rogers. Thank you so much for being on Secondhand Talent. This is the Steiner. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you next Wednesday. Like, subscribe, tell your friends.